Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of, the next part of Loadouts. What I do in here is that I show my loadouts for the TF2 classes and kind of represent a scenario of why I find them kind of useful. The last episode I did was obviously Scout, Soldier, and Pyro in the attack classes. So right now we're going to do defense, which are Demoman, Heavy, and Engineer. So we're going to start off on Demoman. I ignore this, just something else. So, my usual loadout for Demoman is actually like a Demoknight. So this would be my usual one. I just used this one for a while in medieval mode, but this is my usual loadout. It includes a base jumper, which when you are in the air will actually slow your descent enough so you don't take any fall damage. The sticky jumper, which has more ammo than a regular one, and you don't take any damage, but it also doesn't cause any damage. It's very fun to use. And the Eyelander, which I have to say is the best melee weapon in this game. Whenever you take a head, your health and speed are increased. So it's just really fun to use. Why do I use this loadout, of course? Many YouTubers, well, not many YouTubers I've seen, actually, just a few, have actually used this in order to be a flying Demoknight. This really does work on maps like 2 Fort or idle trade servers, where you'll get up above the enemy and then strike from above, and you basically get some free heads and you help the team out in capturing a point or something. Very fun to use. Those you have to be pretty careful when you're coming down because you can be vulnerable to snipers. The Eyelander is just there in order to get extra speed and health. Now I know I said to ignore this, but that was a mistake on my part. This is like my regular loadout. The Lock and Load, the Scottish Resistance, and the Eyelander, of course. I'm not going to talk about the Eyelander, but the Lock and Load is basically 3 projectiles that do more damage than a regular grenade launcher, and does more damage to buildings, but they disappear right when they touch the ground. So it's basically a one-shot to many classes, like Pyro and Scout. So if you can at least land your shots, then this will be a very good weapon. And for me, I'm not the best aimer, but I can still do it. So I suck. Second is the Scottish Resistance, which has faster firing rate, more ammo. You can actually have 6 more pipe bombs out, and you can detonate them near the crosshair directly under your feet, and able to destroy enemy sticky bombs. What it is that you can look at them, and then they glow your team color, say like red, it would glow red. You can detonate those ones specifically, so you can actually make a bunch of traps. So it's pretty fun to use. But they have a slower arm speed, so you're going to have to try to do these faster. My cosmetic loadout is usually this. I actually got this in a trade. This is the guy that traded it to me. I like it. Whiskey Bib. And then usually I just have like the Mercenary or Operation Oil Spill, so we're just going to... No, not the Gibbous. No, who would ever do that? Yeah, so not much Demoman. I don't play him very much. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not really with those heavy hitters. Next one is actually one of the heavy hitters, in which I do like to play, even though I haven't played him very much. Is the Heavy. I actually only have like 2 loadouts with this guy because I do not have many of his weapons, and many of his weapons are actually garbage to me. That's why I kind of chose Team Heavy. Yeah, not really much to explain, but my first weapon in my first loadout is Tomislav, which is faster, more accurate, and there's no barrel spinner sound. But it's got a 20% slower firing speed. I actually watched Rob the Awesome's video on it, and the reason why he uses it, and some other people should be using it for, is to actually a kind of ninja heavy. You know how the spy has to sneak around enemy lines and try to pick them off one by one? That's what the Heavy does. With the silent spin-up time, he can sneak up behind them by their enemy spawn. They won't be able to hear him, and he can just mow them down. It's a very good weapon to use with it. And it's also more superior to the minigun because it's more accurate, so you can land more of your shots, even though it's the less firing speed. So it's better when you're putting more bullets in. So my second is actually one of 2 things. The Sandwich, which will regain up to 300 health, or it's a medium health kit to friends. Or my Strange Delocus bar. Yeah, I uncrated this. I mean, I'm kind of sad about that, but hey, look how many times I've eaten it. Heavy is now diabetic. You can eat it to gain up to 100 health, and you can also get overheal. So It's one of those. And just look at him with that. Oh, that's sweet. And then you can actually take two weapons with this one. The Holiday Punch or the Fist. I prefer the Holiday Punch because... just look at those. Also because of its special ability. Critical hit forces victims to laugh. Always critical hits from behind, so if you get sneak up behind an enemy and like backstab them in a way the spy would, they'll start laughing for about maybe 5 seconds. And on hit, force enemies to laugh who are also wearing this weapon. So any heavy that's wearing this, you can just hit them from any side and they'll start laughing. In fact, I actually got into a boxing match, I think it was today, with another heavy who was wearing this. It was actually one of my friends, and we kept hitting each other, and he won, but we just kept laughing. Critical hits do no damage, though, but the strategy with this weapon is that you go up to hit someone, and you make them laugh, and then you do the taunt where heavy pulls out a gun and goes pow with it, which is very fun to use. Very fun to do. I love using this. Then I just have to give us on the operational spill because he looks so innocent. My second loadout will use a minigun that I actually got off the market, which I really like. It's the civilian grade Nutcracker minigun. It really looks good. And it's basically the same one, but except that I change up the sandwich. Again, not many variations on this, but it's very fun to use. Next up is the Engineer, and I actually do have a few loadouts with this guy, because if you look at this, because of idle trade servers, I have used this guy a lot. It's kind of why I also have Sniper and Spy up there too. I mean, my main used to be Soldier, but now I just bounce through everything. With NG, I actually do have 3 wrenches. I don't have the Southern Hospitality, or I think there's one more. I don't know, but my first loadout is actually the Frontier Justice, the Wrangler, and the Jag. Why I use this is because the Frontier Justice, for every kill it gets, will get 2 critical hits, and for every assist it gets, it'll get 1. So if you get 1 kill and 1 assist, then that means you have 3 crits to get when your sentry is destroyed. It's just that it's bad because it can only fire 3 shots in each clip, and it can't fire as many rounds, and it has no random critical hits. But for the sake of getting guaranteed critical hits, that's amazing. That's why I love this weapon. It's been called a cheap weapon, but that's only by people who have gotten killed by it. The Wrangler allows you to take manual control of your sentry gun, and it'll get reduced damage, but also repairs. And you can also shoot it for shoot harder, shoot better with it. You can manually aim. Sentries are also disabled for 3 seconds after becoming unwrangled, so that's pretty bad, but it's a small price to pay. I like using it. And the Jag, which I have to say is probably the best wrench in this game. Faster firing speed, its construction hit time is boosted by 30, so you can have a sentry gun up in about 2 seconds. Though it has a smaller damage penalty, so it'll take 3 hits to kill a spy. 20% slower repair rate, so that means that it's going to take you longer to repair stuff. It's about 1 more hit. And 33% damage penalty versus buildings. That will even include sappers, which means it'll take you 3 hits to kill it, destroy it. My second loadout, I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. It's the same exact one. Third loadout is a Rescue Ranger, which you could use to actually repair your building and to carry it from a distance with 100 metal. I love using this because sometimes I'm away from my sentry and I have to go and do something, so I love to use it. And I think it's this one. This isn't the loadout I was looking for, but I guess I'll talk about it. Frontier Justice Eureka Effect. How I use this is like this. The Eureka Effect has been known to be like the worst wrench ever, but it's not necessarily the case. I really like it. The reason why is because you can teleport to either your teleport exit or to, spawn. Now the way that people use this is that they just spawn back to the spawn. I am tired today. They just go back to the spawn when they're getting damaged, but that's not how my voice. That's not how you're supposed to use it. What you should do is that you find a secret spot to put your exit teleporter, then you find a way to flank the enemy and put a sentry gun behind them. You'll keep going after them and they won't even know. So using the Frontier Justice when they actually find it, you should have enough kills already to get some crits. And with the recent buff to it in the new update, Meet Your Match, you actually have 50% less metal cost when constructing or upgrading teleporters. So now teleporters only cost 25 metal, and that's pretty good. But your hit speed is decreased by 50, so it'll take you longer to get buildings even if you're hitting them. And you get 20% less metal, but it used to be like 50% less metal, so that was pretty bad, but now it's better. I like using this loadout just to flank people on high tower. That's very fun. And for some reason, it's not showing up on here, but this is what my usual loadout is, and I'm pretty evil for using it. That's right, I'm one of those guys. I like using the gunslinger. Throw me on a stake, I don't know. The reason why is because of this. This is the perfect loadout for high tower. I know, I'm evil. The Widowmaker, on hit, will deal damage dealt as returned in metal. That was totally bad. The damage dealt will be returned as metal to you. So say you do 46 damage, you're going to get 46 metal back. There's no reload necessary, and 10% increased damage to your sentry's target. But per shot, it's 30% less metal, and it uses metal for ammo. If you can actually aim your shots, though, you should have an infinite ammo shotgun, and that's already pretty devastating at short range. So, and since you're NG and you're running around, you're probably going to run into some enemies. The pistol is overpowered because it has like 200 bullets, so there's nothing to talk about there. And then the gunslinger. Oh, this thing has broken hearts, relationships, and trade offers. Oh. The gunslinger adds 25% max health on wear, so it makes your NG even better. Sentry build speed is increased by 150, and third successful punch in a row always crits. But there's also no random critical hits, so that's pretty bad. And it replaces the sentry with a mini sentry. What a mini sentry is it's faster firing speed than a level 1, and it can rotate 360 degrees. But you can't upgrade it. It's got less health, but I think it's actually better sometimes than using a level 3 because you can carry it around more, and it only costs 100 metal, which means that if you play your cards right, you can play 2. You can place 2 until you find a medium ammo pack, which will then let you build another one. So it's actually very good to use sometimes, especially on like competitive, because you can just haul it out. So and then I just have the NG's cap. It's one of my random drops. I like it. So I guess that's just concludes this episode of the Loadouts. What to do? Oh no, I'm probably gonna do a video later. Zane Frost got back from his little camp trip. I don't know, so I might do a video with him later. It's just a guess. I don't know. He said around 12 o'clock. We stay up until midnight. But at like 12:01, that's my bedtime, so I have to get to sleep. I guess I'll be seeing you guys later in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, whatever. Enjoy the night. I don't know. But good luck. And, God, that sucked. Bye.